But she don't love me, she too scary. My hope is fun like Jackie Brown. I wanna know if she too down.
What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Trisha Lay, and I'm here with a YouTube video. In this YouTube video, I'm showing you how I got this whole shebang, from color to install, from all that. This is a 22-inch body wave wig. Yes, it's body wave. HD lace wig from my collection. And yeah, it's like I had this on for 2 days now, so it has a little stuff, but like yeah, it's like this install giving scalp, all that. So if you want to see how I achieve this look, continue to watch the video. Then open it up. It's 22-inch body wave, 13x6 frontal, 200 density. Look at that. Look at that boo. Yeah. Look at the inside of the wig. I might as well get a 360. I might as well get a 360 wig. This might as well just be a 360 wig. So right here, I'm just blow drying the hair, trying to get it as straight as possible. And I got my BW2 powder, and I don't use exact measurements, so sorry. And I use 40 developer. So I'm just gonna like mix that all together. And I like this kind of consistency, not too thick but not too thin. You know, you want it to spread, but you also want it to get everywhere. And right now I'm just sectioning off the hair. I like to start from the first top pieces because I want those to be the lightest, of course. So I just go in with my comb and I use the up and under method. And I like to use foils, especially when I'm doing a highlight. So that's what I'm doing right here. And I'm just using the foil and I'm just spreading it on there. Make sure you get the bleach and developer on everything. Don't have it spotchy or anything like that. Like, you want to make sure all the hair has bleach on it. So that's what I'm doing right now. So I just do the same thing on the other side to make sure it's even. And when it comes down to the sides and the back, I go in with big sections. And I really just freestyle it. So like, I'm sorry, I'm a little lazy, especially when it comes with highlights, because I feel like it don't have to be perfect, and it's still gonna give the same look. So if you sit right there and go inch by inch and piece by piece, it's gonna make a difference. But is it really? Like, that's how I look at it. And I like to go as fast as possible. And so I do the frontal, then I do the back, and I make sure I do a nice little piece in the back so that can look even too. So then I take a big section in the back and I just take random pieces and I use my comb to go in and out and just basically make sure I get some in the front, in the back, in the middle of the wig. That just helps me make sure it's gonna be highlights through, and a quick way to do it. So when it comes down to this part in the back, I don't really like be as detailed as I am in the front, but I do make sure that every strand of the hair gets bleach on there. So that's just basically what I'm doing. I'm rubbing it in, I'm getting it through, just like you can see it. So I just do that all the way through, and I do that for the 3 pieces in the back until the wig is done. And after that, I let it sit. You gotta pay attention to the hair. You gotta look at the hair in the front and see how light that is, and that's how long you want to keep the hair on, because different hair process different times. So just pay attention to how the hair looks. And so now I'm getting started with the install. I didn't record me doing the whole wig because it was kind of hard to record it, so that's why it's like cut out. But this is how the wig looked after I bleached it, washed it out, and I did a purple shampoo bath. If you want a detailed video on my care after the wig, as far as like plucking, I can do a whole nother video. But I just didn't want this video to be long, so I'm just do the install real quick and a quick overview of the install to help you out. So I'm cutting off the cap, as you can see, and in the back I like to tie that, you know, it saves time. And I'm using meltdown glue. I like to use meltdown glue if I'm not trying to have the wig on for a long period of time, but it still does the job. Like, I can probably keep it on with meltdown for like a week to 2 weeks. So I do that, and I use a popsicle stick to spread it out. So as you can see, but your first layer, you want to make sure that you're like making sure that the cap is going all the way down. So that's really what I'm focusing on. And then as you go in with your other layers, you want to make sure they're like placed where you want to place your wig at. So once I put the wig on, I use a comb to press it down. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm using a comb to press it down. And I want to give that widow's peak look, so I took a little bit of pieces in the front, and I'm just going to pull that hair out. Just pull it out. So you're going to see me pull it out. Yeah. It might be a better way to do that, but that's how I do it. And right now, I'm just getting my cream foundation, Ruby's Kiss. And I like to use a shade that's darker than my complexion to get the lines of demarcation out of there. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I put the band on. And this is how it looks after I put the band on. Yeah, and I'm about to go in to cut the lace. I use small scissors so the lace won't look so like fashion, and I don't really cut it. I just like glide the scissors down, and yeah, that's how I cut the lace so it looks natural. And that's what I'm doing right here. Just want to put some glue on your hand, get your comb, and just pull the lace back and just not really put the glue. So this part is very important when it comes down to your install. This is the melting part, and I like to use either pump it up or spritz, and I just put it on my fingers and lay it on my legs. So I fold the lace band in half, so it can really just sit on the place where it needs to be, where the line of demarcation will be. And I put my band on, and you can see I'm tying it right here. Then I get a rat tail comb that's kind of wide at the ends, and I use my black spray just to make sure that part is just like perfect. And that's me taking off the cap, and I use a little alcohol to wipe that off. And I go in with the hot comb and the wax stick, then the hot comb again. That's how you make it flat. I've done this for years. I continue to do it, and it works every time. So hot comb, then wax stick, then hot comb again. That's how you make sure your wigs are flat. I'm gonna show you how you get from this to this. So what you wanna do, you gonna part out where you want your baby hairs. I try to make them as symmetrical as possible, so I look like that part right there. So I'm gonna start right here. So now I'm getting to the baby hairs, and I just use the baby scissors. And once again, I don't cut, I glide. So I glide. I like them, have them. You can do your baby hairs how you want them, but this like where I cut mine. And then I go in with the curling little pencil flat iron, y'all know. And I use Eco Style and I use Nairobi, and I mix that together. That's how I do my baby hairs. So you just looking at me, I'm just swooping them, you know. And that's how I do my baby hairs every day. I don't put edge control on it. I don't put gel. I use Eco Style or mousse. That's all. So I like that little soft look that it gives. And then I like the just uniform look it gives after you do it. So that's what I do for my baby hairs. And this is the finishing look. I just flat ironed it. So next time.
Will you be my leading lady? I want a contract, girl, no lady. In the meantime.